G'day viewers, Ivan here from Peak Off-Road, Wetherill Park, Sydney, Australia, in our showroom doing another video, and today is a great video and a great tent. This is an Australian made tent. The workmanship here is fantastic, and we don't get to see a lot of Australian tents. This is one of the first ones on the market that is really a premium tent. With workmanship and quality like this, quality controlled, and supporting the Australian manufacturers here in Australia, I think it's fairly important that we have at least one, and this is a brilliant one to have out here for other people to come and see. What we're going to do is going to run through the features of it, and what can I say? It's a big tent. It's going to fit some great cars, great for canopies, maybe not so good for some of the smaller vehicles, and you'll see why in a moment. Let's go. I'm going to do, well, before I do that, I'm going to just give you a quick run through what we're going to do. I'm going to go to the back of the tent. I'm going to close the tent. I'm going to show you these. These don't have spring poles, and I'm going to open it, close it, open it, and give you a view of the spring poles and why they're not using spring poles. This is pretty important. So let's go do it. Rightio. So we're talking about these poles and the lack of spring poles. As you can see, this tent has a very big covering or an awning or a shade or whichever one you want to do. Because of the weight of the canvas, and this is an Australian made canvas as well, just to tell you, so this is truly an Australian tent. What they've come up with is something pretty brilliant. Normally what you do is have big spring poles up here, and you know, they hold it up all right, but with this much canvas, you just can't do it. So we've got a nice, play like a guitar string on these. So, and you think, oh God, look at this, it's really hard, but it's not. What you do is just pop the top one down, and this is done on the ladder, so it's easy. Push it up, you don't have to readjust the poles every time. So you just pop that down, you put this one in, do the same on this side, do the same on this side. And as you can see, sorry, I'm running around, as you see, it's got a little rubber on the top. We just jam it up in the top corner. And these ones, so it is a couple of seconds extra effort to do it. And with this amount of canvas, you have to do a bit of folding. And this all can be done, because you're on the ladder about here, so it's not extremely difficult. And to bring it down is grab it, give it a bit of karate chop, and again this side, just to make sure the canvas is in, and put your hand inside here to let the air out so it doesn't billow out. The latches, pretty straightforward. Now, quality-wise, this is a fully welded chassis. The top has got a cover right over the top, and it is beautifully made. The powder coating on this is fantastic. It's got the rails to put on your load bars if you need be, and a section at the front where it's tapered down, and you can easily put a solar panel on that. So pretty straightforward. Colour is fantastic, and ease of use is pretty easy. So we're going to go open it because it's the easiest way to do it. Open up, 2 clips, up it comes. Oh, go on, up you go. Grab the bungee cord as it goes up. Now these poles, you find the hole, and you just insert it like that. You can then grab this pole, and up it goes, and you can see how easy this is. Again, you can do this from the bottom. There's no having to grab the pole and bend it all in, and just put it in the bottom. And again with the last one, so I've not got your back to the wall. It's already pre-done, so you don't have to do these up again, and it's finished. So with this, great, and it'll give you that support and great for wind. Great size. You've got to think from the bottom here to the top up there is 1.7 metres. So if you're 1.7 metres tall, you can stand up in there. It's a wide tent. It is 1450 wide. So 1450 wide, 1.7 up in the top, and then you actually have, because the gas struts are around the outside, and they need to be if you're going to have a really wide tent, they're extra 20 mil on each side. So that brings the tent up to 1500-ish Don't quote me on this, guys. It's only a couple of millimetres either way. Like I said before, the Australian-made canvas, and being Australian-made canvas, we know the quality is there. There's no extra chemicals or anything that's added to it, which is not going to be great. The mattress is 75. It's the full length. They come in two versions. You have the smaller mattress, and then you can jam stuff around the outside, or you can have this one here. The electrical kit on this one is an option. So you've got a couple of different ways of putting lights up in your tent. The other thing is it has many pockets all around and hooks to hook things up in the tent. There will be coming out for this a Velcro pockets, so you can just Velcro up on the carpet. For insulation, it's got a closed cell foam in the roof, or in the ceiling, sorry, roof's on the outside. My painter mates will give me a hard time, ceiling's underneath. So in the ceiling of the tent, closed foam as insulation, which will be more than sufficient. Okay, the ladder attachments are all three sides, and we'll show you that in a second. So you've got this side, and on the other, and it's a hook method with an extendable ladder. What else can I say about the inside of the tent? Midgie-proof fly mesh. It's pretty much standard now in Australia. You know, in America it's no-see-ums, and in Australia they're called midgies. Either way, they bite and they hurt, and you won't have that problem. Also, the flaps, they close from the sides, bottom up, and the main door is from the top down. So either here or there, if you bottom or the top. So it's just a preference, and they've gone that way. All right, so you've seen how quick it opens and closes. Let's go have a look at the ladder on the other side. Okay, so what you've got here is a ladder. It's the same Chinese ladders that most of the manufacturers use, and I think they are making these at the speed of light, and I have mentioned that on other videos. For this price and money, you cannot go past them. Like them or love them, they're light, they work, and they've been around for a long time. So over here, as you can see, we've put the brackets on this side here. It's a locking hook mechanism, and the stainless steel fittings on the extendable ladder are pretty straightforward. So when you're putting it on, you just, and we'll better undo this, and it will just click into place. And this is 2.6 meters long, so they'll reach on the top of a nice canopy or a 200 series especially, which are very difficult with their backs on them. Gas struts are 500 Newton meters, I think. Let me just go check that again. Yeah, no, sorry, see, I was wrong. It's actually 650 Newton meters, so that is fairly strong. The actual chassis itself, and going on to that, this is 2mm aluminium. So this is a very strong chassis, 5005 aluminium, which is a good grade. And if you know about this stuff, you actually see it in the specs anyway. So, or if you go straight to the Camp King website or even the Peak Off-Road website, you'll see it. Let's run to the front of the tent and have a look at the hinges and how it's all mechanismed up there. Right, as you can see at the front of the tent here, you've got 4 beautiful hinges, stainless steel fittings. The finish of the tent is fantastic. Just looking at the construction of the tent, if you look at it here, when you're constructing a tent, other manufacturers tackle things in different ways. Some manufacturers slope them in at the front, sides, whatever. But to get the most amount of room, you need to have pretty much a square tent. The angle here for the solar panel is pretty important. It gives you the chance to put some load bars on the top. And with anything you do, everything is a little bit of a compromise. If you do this, you kind of lose out a little bit on that. But overall, this tent as a balance is fantastic. So I can't see there's any reason why you wouldn't put this tent on your 200 or your canopy if you've got a 79 series. I'll go through now, we'll just go in the corner, I'll grab my brackets. Artie, we'll just start here. So for those guys who are putting, I'll grab these brackets, sorry guys. Sorry I grabbed out of the shot. The mounting brackets are pretty much straightforward. They've got 2 rails at the side, and you can, Artie's going to throw some photos of that in right now, as YouTubers do. They've got 4 of these and the bolts to make that fit, and we'll show you that in a second. Also, for your 270-degree awning, or an awning in any fact, brackets like this will be the go. You're talking stainless steel, it will support any awning you want. You've got plenty of room for the awning to bypass here. Another great feature. Because the construction of the chassis, again, I'm beating on about the chassis. This is a little bit of a work of art. So I'm most impressed. And again, it deserves very good brackets, which we are getting manufactured right now here at Peak Off-Road. So if you want to come see the tent, it's always at the showroom here, and you can jump in and out of it and have a look at it that way. But again, a tremendous tent. So we'll just run through the finishing of it all and a little bit about manufacturing Australia and the problems that we do have. We've outsourced a lot of our manufacturing to other countries around the world, and really need to support Australian manufacturers. It's very difficult. Our rents are expensive, our labour is expensive, electricity is expensive, and if you're in the government, give manufacturers a rebate on their electricity. That will help them out heaps. To support Australian manufacturers like this, yes, you will pay more for this tent than another tent, but you are getting your money's worth. So again, supporting Australian manufacturers, a small business like this who's growing and trying to do things right for the four-wheel drive market or the overland market is pretty important. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please join and subscribe. We are going to do a whole heap more tents, and we'll try and get some of these fitted up in time. We are busy here, so hey, where we can. All right, I'll see you out there. If not, come down to the showroom. Talk to you soon. Cheers. Oh, Artie, I forgot to do this. Always forgetting to do stuff. We'll close this up now. It's pretty damn easy. Considering, what else are we going to be doing today? I think we should go home, have a wine, a beer. Oh, no. Artie, I forgot to do this one up. Oh, did you see this, Artie? Australian flag. Great flag, looks great. Got to keep it on this. All right, we're done. We are done. Oh, God. And I got through the whole episode without saying moon boot once. Is that done? Yeah, it's done. Let's get this out of the way. See you guys.